start talking about the shit we're gonna talk about.
All right, stream has started. Let me go ahead and get the link. I gotta go on go to my channel. So
you dropped another video today?
Oh shit! I gotta change.
What?
Yeah, I did drop another video. I gotta change the picture. I keep forgetting about that.
Oh yeah, you do.
Change. I'm doing it right now. It's a quick change. I already have the picture. Boom. Save. All right, picture changed.
Okay, now, all right, now my stream's going good. I'm only dropping less than 30 frames.
You streaming too?
My frames. Yeah, I'm on Twitch right now.
You streaming too? Oh, okay.
Yeah, my stream was doing pretty bad, but now it's dropping less than 30% of the frames, so pretty good.
All right, at Doc Dark. Don't worry, I'll actually tag you this time, Dakota. I can hear feedback from somebody.
Probably Doc.
What do you hear?
I hear my voice over and over.
What do you hear?
Oh, do you have your
Oh, my stream is on.
Yeah, do you have it?
Yeah.
Do you have it muted?
Yeah.
Because I will do that.
Yeah, check out the podcast.
I was about to say because I muted my stuff.
Hashtag gaming. Hashtag Xbox. Hashtag PlayStation. What else should I hashtag? Hashtag YouTube.
Yeah, that's probably good.
Here's the link. Yeah.
The link.
Hashtag podcast.
You sent it?
Tweeted.
I'm about to go ahead and retweet.
All right.
You tweeted?
I tweeted it. I did the Twitter.
I bet.
I'm becoming a Twitter guru.
I still have to put your Twitch link in my.
I just retweeted it.
Okay, no worries. So we'll get a little bit. See if people will pop in right now. Still says 0, which is fine. No big deal.
Yo, make sure they come check out my Twitch.
Has somebody who's awesome gamer?
Why? Who's that? What you mean?
Somebody already retweeted the link.
Oh, that's automatic. That's like an automatic thing that channel does.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up.
Mike, ISO is a pony. Big facts, dude.
What happened?
Mike said ISO is a pony.
What up, Mike?
I said big facts.
Yo, Mike got in on me on one of the videos. I can't remember what video it was, but he went in. He went ham.
What did he say?
I can't remember what was it, Mike. You were talking trash to me about. I don't know what we were talking about. I forgot. You know, I'll be talking trash.
Yeah, you said it's in the video, so like comments or?
Yeah. It was in one of the comments.
Okay. Yeah, I have no fucking idea.
Well, it was when I was talking trash about the Xbox Series S and Outriders running at 1080p 30 frames, but it was because the developers made a mistake. Yeah.
Yeah, he said I forgot too, so he don't remember.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that's the one, Mike. You were like, you said something about like let the S breathe or whatever. Which I mean, I don't know about that console. We'll see. It might work. It might work out.
It'll buff. It'll figure itself out. It'll buff.
No, it won't.
All right, so you guys want to go in order for the topics?
All right, so let's kick it. So of course we got the What a Warrior podcast. We got it's Dak Dakota 23, and we got Portal Pebbles over here.
Disrespectful.
Lord of Pebbles.
No, like Portal Pebbles or whatever. What is your name again?
No, my name is Doc 1985. That was just that podcast. Get out of here, bro.
Changing it.
Disrespectful. No, I ain't changing nothing.
You know, because your big brother is Porta Rock, and then you got over here Porta Pebbles. You know, because Doc is small, right? He ain't that big.
Yeah.
Porta Boulder, bro.
All right.
Ever since going to Blue Side, I think he's gotten smaller.
Oof.
We don't talk about that, Dakota.
Yeah.
This dude don't know nothing, man. We're gonna have to brief him beforehand.
All right, so let's kick it. For you guys who were here for Doc's podcast yesterday, he got. I think what did I do? He got fucked up though. It was magnificent. Oh my gosh, I was laughing so bad. Just saying, I thought that shit was hilarious. I was like, oh my god, Doc. But you stood your ground, so that was cool.
I did.
I
did. I appreciate that.
Yeah, you were getting a little capped out, but it's all good. It was fun. It was a good
Listen,
show.
listen. The one dude that they said was a Microsoft dude didn't say nothing positive about Microsoft. I like, bro, this you got one dude that's a Microsoft dude. It didn't. That Xbox dude, some dude, Messiah or whatever. But it was all good. It was fun. I had a good time on it. I didn't even realize we did like 2 hours. No, almost 3 hours
yeah,
almost.
I actually watched the whole thing. I watched
That's
the
crazy.
whole fucking thing. I was surprised. I was just big chilling though.
There we go.
All right, so enough about that podcast. We're talking about ours now. You know, the What a Warrior podcast. So we got some topics we're gonna be talking about. So we're gonna be going through 3 of them today. It's gonna be: do you finish games? Why not? Does PC truly negate the need for an Xbox? And lastly, is misinformation the fault of the conveyor or the receiver? Sony and Microsoft lied. Those are the 3 topics we're talking about. Just to let you know, Doc chose those topics. So the last one is going to be interesting, but let's get to the first one.
Yeah, I think so too. Do you want to give them a brief reason as to how we got to that first one?
Okay.
You kind of made a video about it, but if they didn't watch the video, go ahead and talk about it.
All right. So the reason why we're talking about do you finish games is because me and Doc were just big chilling, and he was going over the achievements on Xbox. And he was like, yo, bro, only 2% of players finish Hive Busters. I was like, what the fuck? Like, did that DLC just come out? He's like, yeah. So he looked at just the overall Gears 5 single player, and only 18% beat it. So, you know, we were both really surprised on why those numbers were so low in general. And we're like, wait, what? How does only 18% beat it? And then, so because it was Gears of War, and we had a conversation on the last podcast or some time ago, where it was talking about how God of War versus Gears of War, right? So I went on my PS4, checked out the God of War trophy for how many players actually beat it, and it was 50%. So I was like, yo, that's a big jump from, you know, your side, you know, Xbox side. And of course we talked about, you know, Game Pass probably has a reason to do with it, and just, you know, some things might kind of convolute the number a little bit, but the fact of the matter is the percentage was very low for Xbox. So it's like, you know, do you guys finish your games? Which were the conversation came up with.
That's right. So my whole thing is, you got to understand, I'm coming from the Sony platform over to the Xbox platform, right? And Sony fans, I've always have said that Microsoft fans or Xbox fans don't support the developers. They don't finish their games, right? And the trophies is showing that. So I'm on my Xbox right now, and you just mentioned God of War, and I'm looking at Gears 5, not Hive Busters. Hive Busters, like you said, was 2%, but Gears 5 only has 18% that have beaten it, right? And it's a great game. Like it's amazing, right? So I don't understand that. So now I'm looking at you know, so I'm looking at Emmanuel, right? He said the completion numbers are lower because it's a service. Plenty of people who are trying it, who aren't fans of Gears, just trying it. I agree with that. Me and ISO spoke about that. How maybe because it's on Game Pass, that maybe that's the case. However, when you look at something like Gears 1, which you gotta give me some time to pull it up, still the percentage was low. And I would assume something like that, the percentage would be high. So at the end of the day, we ain't really playing games and beating them. Now, I don't know if everyone's like that. For me, when I start a game, I do want to finish it. But I want to hear what Dakota's got to say, and then I'll circle back around as to why sometimes I question whether or not to finish a game. What do you do, Dakota? Do you finish these games?
So, do I finish them in one shot? No, not necessarily. Playing the game. There are plenty of games that I'll have played that maybe I'll just get bored and tired of them at that time, or I'll get to a point where I just can't get past a certain spot, but I'll come back and finish them eventually. So I do finish these games, just it's not necessarily going to be in like a month time frame. It could be 3-6 months down.
So you'll play a game, stop playing it, and then go play it later?
Yeah.
I can't do that, but I'll forget the story. I won't even be interested. See, that's my thing. Like I want to keep playing, and I want to keep playing and feel like I'm still understanding the story. If I lose track of the story, then it's a wrap. I'm not finishing it.
So a perfect example for this would be the first Dead Island game. I got to a point where I could not progress any further in game, so I walked away from it, played other games for a while, and then jumped into that game, was able to progress like it was easy.
Damn. Okay, what about you, ISO?
So I try to finish as much games as I can, and like I'm reading the chat, and Isaiah is right. Like, you know, some people get the game for multiplayer. You don't get the game for campaign. Gears of War could be an easy one for that. COD is an easy one. You don't buy the game for that single player aspect. But the fact of the matter is the numbers were still kind of low. But again, the numbers are convoluted. Game Pass doesn't help, especially with a game with multiplayer. That doesn't help. So it is what it is. But as far as single player games, as long as it keeps me interested, you know, and it doesn't like get worse as the story progresses, then I'm cool. I'll most likely beat it. But if I'm playing and I'm losing interest because of, you know, let's just say there's just a lot of games out there. So it's kind of hard to say, but I would say most of the time I try to finish the single player games that I start.
Yeah, so for me, I played there's one game that I really regret playing to the end. And there's not a lot of people that have played this game to the end. So I guess I'm like almost a little bit proud that I played it to the end, and that's Grand Theft Auto 4. Grand Theft Auto 4, I played all the way to the end, and when I got to the end and got to the ending, I was extremely disappointed. And not only that, but I felt like I wasted a lot of time. Like that game could have been still a lot of fun. You still could do a lot of stuff, and they could have made the game shorter. Other games that are like that as well, for me, I don't know how you guys feel, are the God of War games. Now I didn't play God of War 2018, but God of War 1, 2, 3, 1 was dope, right? But 2 and 3, and even the ones on the PSP, I felt like there was just too much. It was just too long. And then by the time I got to the end, it was just like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I felt, I don't want to say like I feel like I wasted my time, but almost like that. The games that I didn't feel like that were the Gears. Like when I finished playing Gears 1, I wanted to play Gears 2. When I finished playing Gears 2, I wanted to play Gears 3 and Judgment Day and Gears 4 and Gears 5 and even Hive Busters. Like I wanted to play them. So like I'm sitting right now and I'm excited for Gears 6 whenever this thing comes out. You know what I'm saying? So, but because of what happened to me with Grand Theft Auto 4, where I played that game and I felt like it was a waste of time, I told myself, if I'm playing a game and I'm not having fun, I'm not gonna keep grinding. Like I'm done with that. So I will end the game now when I'm done, you know, because I just can't. I don't know, man. But
Right. So on top of that, you know, I was actually thinking about this too. Speaking of single player games and finishing it, obviously the duration of the game or how long it takes to beat it, because you know there are games that are really grindy, made that way, kind of like JRPGs, and then you have just the simple single player games that will last maybe like 8-10 hours. What is a good middle for the amount of hours for an average player to beat the game? Because obviously you have people who don't care about side stories or just kind of fly through it, and then you have the people who are completionists who try to get all the achievements, all the trophies, get all the secrets, whatever the case is. What do you think is a good middle for the amount of hours to invest in a single player aspect for the game to be like worth it, right?
damn, that's a good question. I'll let Dakota answer that first.
Well, I think the industry standard is about 8 to 10 hours for a single player game without side quests and everything. Which I agree. I like playing an 8 to 10 hour game. I mean, it's possible to just sit down and beat it in one day if you just focus straight on that campaign and just the main stuff. But I think that's just the standard is 8 to 10 hours for single player, focusing on those main missions.
Bro, I don't know what's the last triple A game you played that was 7 hours or 8 hours. I have no idea, bro. These games are getting ridiculously long. For me, anywhere between 15 to 20 hours is good. Anything above 20 hours, now we're getting a little bit ridiculous. And yeah, I don't do any of I'm not a side quest dude. Like I don't do any of the side quests. I know people that have played, I think it's that game Skyrim, that have like over 60 hours on it and haven't beaten it yet. And I'm like, how? Or what's the other game? Apparently I'm about to start playing Mass Effect, and they tell me that that game has a lot of side quests and stuff that you could do. So yeah, I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at the chat right now, and I'm looking at something Isaiah said. Isaiah said, I use PlayStation for the single player exclusives and Xbox for Halo, Gears, and multiplayer. And you know what? TK9 said something similar like that too. That I guess is Xbox mostly for multiplayer. Like I didn't know before I hopped over. Is that what most Xbox gamers play? Is just multiplayer games? You guys let me know in the chat.
Yeah, because
'Cause
I
I
mean,
don't know.
thinking about it, I don't know what Xbox has that's like a great single player game. That's not third party, right? Like kind of like an exclusive, like God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, The Last of Us. Maybe not The Last of Us 2, but the first one. But I mean, I don't know. You're the little Xbox. What do you think, Doc? You love Xbox. Come on. What's the good
I,
single player games you guys got?
well, it would
Oh,
be
the
Gear.
medium. You
Like
got the medium. Oh shit, there you go. You have the medium. Hey, look
I
at
have
you.
I haven't played the medium yet though, so I don't know. Quantum Break I don't think is multiplayer either, so I got to try that.
Yeah, but that came to
Uh,
PC, so it's kind of like it's not really an exclusive anymore. I guess that still
yeah,
counts. Yeah, yeah. You know
but
what you're
neither
saying.
are Gears. So
True.
here's the thing, right? If we're using let's see, Isaiah said Fable. I gotta try that Fable. Yeah, I don't know.
Ooh, I'm waiting for the next
Um,
Fable to
Ooh,
come
yeah.
out.
yeah.
Fable is dope.
Fable.
Let me see.
Fable's gonna take a minute.
Okay, so Juan says that yeah, most Xbox players play multiplayer. Some people just buy Gears and Halo for multiplayer. That's interesting. Harold said Ghost of Tsushima is 10 hours if you go for the main quest only. You see, that's dope. And Mike Johnson said there's levels to this. Facts. So
Big
I mean,
facts.
look, so the whole exclusive thing though, if it's on PC and you're not going to consider it exclusive because it's on a separate platform, which is the second topic we're going to talk about, then I mean, I don't think Xbox gamers care. I mean, I consider myself an Xbox gamers, and I don't care whether something, if you say a game is not exclusive because it's on PC, like it doesn't hurt my feelings. You know what I mean?
I don't
When
think it
I'm
should
thinking
hurt
about the
anybody's feelings.
when I'm thinking about the console space, I'm thinking about okay, just consoles, you know. But it is, I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. People be tripping.
Like, what is like? I'm honestly trying to think. Like, what is a single player game that is like on Xbox? You know, because I can think of a lot on PlayStation. I'm not, because there's a lot of great single player games on PlayStation. But I'm honestly trying to think for the Xbox side, and I can't really think of anything. I mean, maybe Quantum Break, but I heard it's like a good game, but it's not like amazing. You know, it's not something you're gonna go out of your way to get an Xbox for. So it's like I'm not too sure.
I mean, I again, I don't know enough about Xbox, but people mentioned Fable, saying Fables was amazing. You know what I mean? Maybe that is a game for people that actually know about it. You know,
Yeah,
um,
so I've played, I think it was Fable 2 or 3, and I really enjoyed it just because it was a open world, a little bit more cartoony, but you were able to like do interesting stuff. You could buy shops, you could earn money through blacksmithing and stuff like that. So that was a fun game there. You could just easily get lost in just doing the side little things and not really have to worry about the main story.
okay. So I mean, the only other thing I can think of too is like we might not know because we've all been fed that narrative that Microsoft doesn't have games. So like yesterday when I was on that podcast with them, I told them I was like, look, I'm gonna start mentioning games, and you guys tell me if they're good. And I started going down a list of exclusives that I see on Game Pass, right? Go back and you listen to them. A lot of them were like, no, yeah, that's a good game. No, yeah, that's a good game. No, yeah, that's a good. So it's like, okay, so you're admitting that Microsoft does have good exclusives. Now, if you're not going to compare it to the level of The Last of Us, okay, sure. But like I said, anyone just by looking at the optics would tell you that God of War is better than Gears. But to me, not even close. I think Gears is way better than God of War. Now, I haven't played the new one, but again, that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Sony has anything equivalent to even Halo. So, is the fact that that multiplayer aspect is on it hurting a game like Halo and Gears? If anything, I think it's just making it better. So, maybe we shouldn't look at it as what's that single player game that is, whatever that, you know what I'm saying? Am I making sense?
Yeah, well, I think the Halo's single player game is actually really good too, and also Gears. I mean, I think their single player games are good. I don't know if it's like, out of this world, but I enjoy it. I think it's dope. I think they're great to play. I think they're worth it for that single player. I actually never played Gears 5 multiplayer. I tried it like once or twice, didn't really care for it. So I mainly play Gears 5 for the single player.
But we should try it. We should try. I got Gears 5.
Okay.
We should give it a shot and play online. Yo, if you got any of you guys got Gears 5, go ahead and friend us. We'll see what's up. Let me see what let's read some of the chat. Let's see where we're at. Okay, Isaiah's talking about Ori. I gotta try the Oris. They look dope. They look nice. I'm not gonna lie. Emmanuel said Wasteland 3, Outer Worlds. Again, these are games that I've never even heard of, but yeah, they might be dope. Harold said to be.
I don't know
Go
if
ahead.
you'll I don't know if you'll like Wastelands 3. That's like the drop down. I think RTS is what it's called. Is that?
Oh, I don't like those games. Nah. Yeah, I don't like those games.
Outer Worlds is basically Fallout, but a different developer. So I heard it's really good. I played a little bit of it. It is good.
Yeah.
So if you like Fallout,
Outer Worlds, yeah, it's good. I like it. Haven't beat it yet, but that's just one of those games where there's just so much to do and so many like little choices I can branch off that I'm taking my time on that one.
So that's what it is, man. We got too many gamers like Dakota that'll start a game, flip on, go to another game, and won't beat the game for another 2 years. Now, let me ask you guys this, both of you. Do you think that's the gamer's fault, or is that the game's fault for not being able to hold your attention, meaning that you don't want to come back and turn that same game on again?
I think it's a bit of both because it depends, right? So the game one has to be good. And what sucks is they have to keep trying to do something somewhat new and different to an extent. So it's not the same every single time, you know? Because they wanted to give you the reason, hey, buy this game because we have, X, Y, and Z, right?
Yeah.
And it depends on the gamer too. Because if you're just like someone who doesn't really care, like you just got it just to play every now and then, and it's whatever. But if you're more like a chronic gamer and you fucking game out of control, right? Like you're hopping on every single day, and yeah, you probably appreciate that game a lot more. So it's a bit of both. That's how I see it.
So for me, I like to play different games. So some days I'll feel like playing a RPG type game or a shooting game, or another day I just want to mess around in Valheim and work on my base, or another game I just want to do something that's chill and relax. I'll play Satisfactory. It just depends on my mood on what I want to play. But it also depends like how well that game keeps your attention. So here's a game series that I probably won't finish. I might go back and check them out again, but like the Shadow War and Shadow Mordor games, the stuff in those games got so repetitive that it's like, okay, this is getting kind of boring for me. Like, good story, it's just the repetitive nature of the game. It's like, okay, let me go try and fight this guy. Let me go try and fight this guy. I go try and fight this guy over and over again. And the battles in it didn't really. It's the same thing over and over again. So those are kind of games I probably won't finish with the Shadow War and Shadow Mordor.
So maybe that's what it is. Because if I start a game, when I come home, if I start playing something else, I almost feel guilty. The only game that can take me off of a series, and I don't know why it's that damn kryptonite for me, is Apex Legends. Which then when I'm done playing Apex Legends, I get mad at myself because I'm like, yo, I just wasted so much time for what? You know what I mean? But for the most part, like I ran through all the gears, remembered all the story. It was amazing. I'm playing Halo right now, having a blast playing Halo, so I'm gonna continue doing that. But even then, depending on how much time I have, I'll hop on a few games of Apex in between. But I won't start anything else. Like I just won't. Like I started the medium just to see if I would like it. Literally played 5 minutes of it, and I'm like, yeah, this is my type of game. I'm excited to play it. But I want to run through the Halos first. You know what I'm saying? And then again, I feel guilty if I don't, finish it. So, but it looks like a lot of Xbox gamers aren't really here to finish games. It looks like they just try it, and then if they like it, they like it, and if they don't, they don't. And then with Game Pass, those numbers are going to be skewed even more. So it's gonna look like Sony gamers are actually finishing more games than Xbox. So to me, I don't think that trend is going to stop. And maybe it doesn't matter, but I thought it was something interesting. When me and Isa were talking about it, like for me, it kind of disappointed me because I'm sure the developers could see this stuff as well. And I know somebody says the developers don't care as long as they make money, but if you write a book, yeah, you make money, but don't you want somebody to read it all the way to the end? Like, I know I would. I'll give you an example. When I make my YouTube videos, yeah, I like the views, but I want you guys to watch them all the way to the end. I don't want you guys to just watch the first freaking 2 minutes and then hop off of it, you know?
Oh, big
So
facts.
yeah, so I put you know a little bit of time into making that video. I try to be entertaining or whatever. I try to be honest. So I want you guys to watch the entire video. So the same thing with these video game developers. I'm sure they want us to see the end product, especially when it's got like a really good ending. You know, like that probably would have turned the way you think about it, and probably would have made you feel like it was a great game when maybe you only thought it was an okay game. You know, I don't know.
I know.
I
I see
think
what you're saying.
one of the things for me too, why I put games down, I won't touch them again, especially being more on PC, is because I play a lot of early access games,
Mm,
and you got to sometimes you'll get to the end of that section where the developers have got put out for that game, so you got to wait a while, whether it's a couple months to a year for them to add more stuff. So that's another thing too with me is that because I play a lot of early access games, I'm playing an unfinished game and I just got to set it aside and just wait for it to update and just wait for it to get more of that finished product before I go back in.
yeah,
You
that's
know
a
what?
whole different scenario.
You know what could be a big issue with why people don't finish games?
Mm.
Fucking spoilers. The way the internet is. You
Is that
could
something
you
really big in video
yes,
games?
if depends on how much you enjoy the game and you go on Facebook or you go on Instagram or you go on Reddit and then you're looking, you're just looking through and obviously like on Reddit, you like certain pages, right? So if you like God of War, you might like the page, or if you go on Facebook, the way they fucking track your shit, right? They're gonna pop like God of War shit, or maybe gaming channels you like, and then they show videos of what happens, and sometimes spoilers happen. It sucks. I hate spoilers, and that could ruin someone's experience to not want to finish the game because now they already know what happens, and it fucks it up for them. That could possibly be a reason. I think it's a valid thing.
So I think like the biggest spoiler that turned me away from a game from at least completing the game would have been Ghost Recon's Breakpoint. Because in the trailer, they reveal that the main protagonist is a former ghost, which took away from the story because he's like, "Oh, well, I already know who the main protagonist is." It doesn't
Mm,
add any mystery, it doesn't, like, add anything to you to try and figure out, okay, who is really in charge of this island and why. And they put that in the trailer. They said, "Well, I'm a ghost too." And it's like, well, that just took away all the suspense.
that's very interesting. So I mean, so I guess we figured out a few reasons why people might not complete games. You know, nah, maybe it's not that they don't want to support the developers or whatever. Maybe it's just that everything you guys just said. I just hope that it's not a situation where PlayStation games are able to hold your attention more. I'll tell you what game, like no cap, literally I could not put down. Like I ran through that game. It was the first Last of Us.
Yep.
That game to me was amazing. Like I couldn't put that down. I couldn't wait to come home from work and just turn it on and play. That game was so good. I was playing it in my living room that my family started watching me play. That's crazy, right? Like my family sat there and watched me play as if it was a movie, a story, or whatever. That's that's a different level. You know what I'm saying? The Gears did that as well, but my family ain't gonna stick around to watch me play Gears. Just shooting a whole bunch of things and chainsawing things down. But yeah, The Last of Us did it a little bit different. So I
Well,
know Sony fans are probably gonna say that their games are just more compelling, so that's why more people finish them. And you know what? You can't argue with numbers. We might not know exactly what the reason are, but the numbers are what they are.
yeah. The only thing I have to disagree with you is the support. I mean, the people already bought the game, except for Game Pass.
Yeah.
We know how it works, but you already bought the game, whether you finish it or not. Kind of like how Emmanuel said. Like they probably could care less. You already bought the game. If you finish it, fuck it. But if you do, awesome. We're glad you did.
Yeah, but here's the problem I have with that. I guarantee you that a lot of the reviews on these games are from people that haven't finished them.
Yeah, I can see
And
that.
I don't think that's fair. So you're giving a developer a rating based on something you didn't complete.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I'm saying?
that's it's always gonna be like that though. There's nothing we can do
Yeah.
about that. It's shitty, right? If I don't finish a
Yeah.
game, I'm not gonna review it. But if I like the game, I finished it. Even if I didn't like it, I still finished it. So I could be like, yeah, I did beat it. It was okay. So I mean, I gave it like 3 out of 5. Whatever the case is. But that's how everyone's always gonna rip a game, especially if they don't like it within like the first 10 fucking minutes. You know, especially if it's a
And
game that
that
has a bug where you couldn't even play it.
that's
So
different. Yeah.
yeah,
That's
so
different.
things like that happen. It's just like that's how that's
Yeah.
how it's gonna be. There's nothing that can change that.
Okay, I agree. I agree. What else you got, Dakota, before we move on to the next one?
Um, I think it might also what may affect is also how the game is marketed as well. Back to like trailers and spoilers and stuff.
Mm.
So like the new Horizon that's coming out, like there's very little information about what's actually going to be in that game, like the overall like who is the bad guy and stuff. Like we have reoccurring characters showing up, but we don't know a whole lot about the game. So that's definitely going to be a big help and make me actually want to play that game and go to the end. Same with the Sons of the Forest that's coming out as well. That's another thing where they haven't really released a whole lot of information. They've just been giving little bits and pieces here and there. So the marketing definitely is a big thing for me. If like you've got if you're showing like pieces of the end game in the marketing and it's like, oh, well, then I already know what I'm looking forward to. What's the point of grinding if I already know what's going to happen at the end?
Okay, fair enough. I want to go back to this one comment that I saw from Emmanuel. Emmanuel said plenty of PlayStation dudes only finish games for trophies and bragging rights, right? So I'm gonna tell you guys this right now, all right? I am definitely gonna play these Xbox games and finish them because I've already been warned. People have already told me that they're gonna look at my trophies and they're gonna see like what I'm playing and what I'm not playing. And what I don't want to do is I don't want to come off on some place as if I'm capping or if I'm lying or whatever. So when I tell you that I played all the gears, you could go check out my stuff. I've played every single gear. So to me, even though I'm a brand new Xbox fan, if you an Xbox fan and you haven't finished all the gears, you can't talk to me. To me, I'm like, nah, you a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Now you can feel whatever way you want to feel about it, but that's the way I'm feeling. So if you a Sony fan, right, and you haven't finished the God of Wars, you a fraud to me because me as an Xbox fans, I finished the God of Wars except for the last one, which I admit, right? But I finished the Last of Us. I finished all the Uncharted's. You know what I'm saying? You could check my resume, you could check my trophies and see that. But that's again when we're talking about exclusives and we're talking about games. And that's the issue I have a lot with Sony fans is they want to talk about games, but then when we go look at their stuff, like bro, K9 did that with my boy Rome. He went through his trophies and found out that Rome plays a lot of freaking um multiplayer Madden and 2Ks and all that stuff, which Rome admitted to it. He admitted that that's what he plays, which is fine. But again, if we're going to talk about exclusives and we're going to talk about games, then that does matter. And where I think Xbox fans are failing is, yo, we're not finishing our own games. So when Sony says we don't have games, why are we getting mad when we're not finishing our own games? That's why I think I'm gonna leave it at on that topic.
All right. So moving on to the next topic, we got does PC truly negate the need for an Xbox? I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you, Dak. See what you got.
So for me personally, yes, because it's cheaper for me just to go buy an Xbox controller if I want to use an Xbox controller with my PC. And again, my PC is better than an Xbox, and I've got more uh, options as well. So personally, does having PC negate the need for an Xbox? For me, yes.
Doc.
So wait. So you agree that having a PC makes it no point in having an Xbox?
For me personally, yeah. And again, like I've said before, I can go to the Epic Store, I can go to the Microsoft Windows Store, I can go to Steam, I can get all these games that You can play on Xbox. I can play on PC too.
All right. I need to collect my thoughts before I go in on Dakota. Go ahead, ISO. You go first.
All right. So I have a PC too. It's a pretty good PC. I have like a 2080 Super i7 9700K, 16 gigs of RAM. Pretty good PC. I play at 1440p. I have a 144 hertz monitor. So I don't see any point in getting an Xbox because all the Xbox games are coming to PC. So what is, I don't get the point, right? I really don't. Boom, Halo, what is this, 6? Halo 6 comes out. It's already, or Halo Infinite, sorry. It's coming out on PC the same day. The Medium is on Game Pass, so I can play that, you know? So it's like, I don't see a reason to get Xbox, the console at least, because of that, you know? I'd rather play on my computer, you know, at more frames, 1440p. I'm not a big 4K person, so I'd rather play 1440p, 144 hertz, vice 4K 60. And I'm gonna tell you right now, my computer cannot handle 4K 60. Maybe if I put it on like low settings, yeah. I don't even have a 4K monitor though, so it's still irrelevant. But I just don't see a point with me already having a very good gaming computer. Why to get an Xbox? I already have my PS4 Pro for Netflix and all the entertainment needs. And then I have my gaming computer that can play all the Xbox games that they're going to be releasing anyway now. The only thing we're missing out on is still the older games like Gears of War 1, 2, 3, all the old Fables, basically games that are not available on PC and that's not on Game Pass. Other than that, there's
So you literally just mentioned the reason to get an Xbox.
That's
if
not,
we want to play those games.
That's not, yeah, if you want those games really badly, then you might as well just get like, if you really want to, yeah. But I'm saying that still
so it doesn't negate.
That still, yeah, it does, because it's not a good enough reason for me to get an Xbox. I don't care. I played those games already when I had an Xbox. That's the thing too. I had an Xbox before, so I already
get the Fable Anniversary Edition on
so
Steam.
So
hold on, now you're adding to the question because now the question becomes no, don't add to it though. The question is, does PC negate the reason for an Xbox? Now, if you're gonna say PC negates the reason for an Xbox because I also had an Xbox 360, then that's a whole different question.
No, you're asking me like right now, does it negate it? Yes, I feel like it does. Especially if you, not everyone wants to play older games. That's the thing. Everyone wants to play newer games.
Oh, here we go, ISO. Here we go. Let me talk to the chat real quick.
Not everyone's a budget gamer like you.
Yeah,
hold on, chill. Let me talk to the chat real quick. First of all, shout out my dude Rome. Roman's in here. I appreciate you, dog. All right, so here we go.
Okay.
So here we go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Okay.
Look, somebody said that's not enough, Doc. Let me tell you, Harold. Let me tell you what is enough, right? I gotta explain something to you guys. What you guys are listening to is one dude who only has a PC and a PS4 Pro. All right. And then you got another dude who's got a PC and he's got a PS5 that's collecting dust. He turns it on once a week. All right. So what you guys got are PC gamers that are like half and half or maybe a quarter kind of Sony pony-ish. All right. And then you got me, who I have a PC as well, right? Not as good as their PC, but I got a PC. And then I also got an Xbox. So I find it funny that the two guys that don't even have an Xbox are talking about how much there's no need for an Xbox when you got a PC. And what I'm telling you is I got a PC and I got an Xbox, and I see the benefit in having the Xbox with the PC. Now, if you want to argue, like in yesterday's podcast, that if I had a PC and a PS5, I would have more options down the road in the future or whatever, that's fine. But if we're talking about right now, and that's one of the mistakes, well, I went back and rewatched that podcast. That's one of the mistakes I made. I let them talk about the future. Xbox is going to have games in the future as well. We need to talk about right now. Right now, I don't want to play Astro's Bob. I don't care how good the game is. I don't want to play it. There's nothing about it that entices me. Right now, I don't want to play Demon Souls. There's nothing about it that entices me. Okay? You know what I do want to play, though? I want to play Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3, right? Which I have on Game Pass on the Xbox Series X. I have Game Pass on the PC, and it's not on there. So that, to me, just that series alone doesn't negate it for me. Does that make sense?
Yeah, well, I get what you're saying. So you're asking me, right? And you're asking Dakota, what is the point? Does it negate it? Yes, it does. If you do not want to play old games and you just want to talk about the current things that are going to be coming out or that's out right now, yeah, there's no point if you already have a gaming PC. I can play Gears of War 5 with you. I can play Halo with you. Those are Xbox exclusives that are now currently on PC. So if you want to play older games still at this point in 2021, then okay, you have a reason to get an Xbox. But if you want to play current games, right, there's no point.
I love you, ISO.
No, there is no point.
Hey, listen, this is what this podcast is going to be, because I'm not going to let you guys cap on our own podcast. All right, listen.
What are you talking about? Oh my,
no,
my dude. Why are you doing this? Whoa. What a warrior. What a fucking warrior. God damn it, Doc.
So I literally just looked this up. Guess what's coming to PC on Steam right now?
What?
In May. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, you got to pay for it.
Remastered.
Yeah, you got to pay for it. I already got it on Game Pass. Now, if you told me that it was coming to the Game Pass version of PC, then you got a point, Dakota. Checkmate.
Still,
I'll wait.
People want to get it and they want to pay for it. They can in May. So that option will be available.
Oh my God, Dakota.
All right.
You're tripping.
Momentary pause. All right, let's look at the comments real quick.
Go ahead, go through the comments. They all agree with me. I didn't have to look. I know.
All right, so we got Mike, ISO, aren't you playing old PS4 games? Stop. I'm actually not on my I use my PS4 for like the entertainment stuff. Like the last PS4 game I played was Persona 4 Royal. That was it.
Wait. Are you telling me your PS4 is like a Roku?
Yes, it's literally like a Roku right now. Dead ass. I use it for Netflix. I use my PS4 Pro for fucking Netflix, Hulu, Crunchyroll, and YouTube. I barely touch it for video games. At all. Let's go down. Let's go. What's the point in getting a PlayStation if their games are coming to PC? Well, it's like a timed exclusive thing. They're going to be on PlayStation for a while. Well, we don't know yet, actually. Because they got some PlayStation.
Don't know.
Yeah, we don't know yet. So if you're impatient, that's the reason why. So it's like we mentioned before, if you want to play the newest Horizon Zero Dawn and you don't want to wait, that's the reason why you would get a PlayStation. But until it's guaranteed to come on PC, we don't know if it's gonna come. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Not gonna cap. Agree with you on finishing the games. Mike, I'm getting Xbox One games. Wait, me to Mike, I'm getting Xbox One games come out. I'm not sure what you mean. Harold,
that's not English, but okay.
Yeah, Doc, this benefit you talk about will run out. Limited benefit. And then he's at Rome. Respect. Doc, why not play the new Mass Effect collection that's coming out with better graphics?
Because I got to pay for it, Mike. I'm already getting it on the Game Pass.
And then Pokey Dude said, what's up? What's going on?
What up, Poker Dude?
And then Harold, I agree 100%. If I was in your position, unfortunately, I'm not. And eventually, when you finish those Xbox games, you will see my point. I'm not sure what's that specifically a reference to because we're kind of getting late on this. By the time those games come on PC, they're old. Yes, they are old games. If they are doing like the whole thing where it's released on PlayStation and then come to PC later on.
You know what's?
Well, what's up?
Oh, I got to put an end to this. Listen, guys. I don't know how many of you guys in the chat right now are PC gamers, right? But PC gamers play old games. We're not going to sit here and lie. PC gamers play old games all the time, all right? Just go look at some of the highest played games on freaking Steam. If CSGO is on there, guess what? CSGO is an old game. PC gamers play old game. Not only does PC gamers play old game, they have hardware that's not even needed for the games that they play. So, that's why they're both quiet right now, because they know it's true. If I was to ask them right now, what's the last game they played besides Valheim? I'm sure it's an old game.
Gears of War 5.
I was just playing Hard Space Shipbreaker.
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, now they capping.
It's a relaxing game that you run around in space and basically tear down ships. Really nice.
Damn, man.
So if you look at my recent activity, I got Gears 5. I do have CSGO on there. That's an old-ass game. And then Ground
I'm
Crash.
sure you do. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no one denied it.
I know what I'm talking about, man. I know what I'm talking about. So, again, I won this argument. It does not negate the need for an Xbox.
I guess if you, it will let you win. You need all the wins you can get after, especially after yesterday. Oof, you need a doc. You got it.
What are you talking about, bro? I held my own yesterday. It was like 4 against 1. It was like 4 against 1. Bro, I went back.
Dakota, you missed out.
The oldest game I've played recently was 7 Days to Die.
I was fucking dying on the podcast. I was like, oh god, Doc, no. Oof. It was good though. I fucking loved it. Like, you did really good. But
I appreciate that.
They was getting you. They was getting you a little bit.
Bro, they were capping hard though, man. They were capping a little bit, man. Especially that one dude when he had the English freaking translation. I was like, damn, I need a translator. But it is what it is. It's all good.
It was. You missed out, Dakota. You gotta watch that podcast. It was actually really fucking good.
I'll get around to. I got a lot of stuff to watch. I got streams I have to catch up on too.
So yes, we will give this win to Doc. So I guess and it does not negate if you have a gaming PC already, you still have a reason to get an Xbox, depending on the person. I'm gonna add that in.
Exactly. Exactly. I like that.
All right, let's look at the comments real quick. I like Xbox fans. I like Xbox hardware. I don't like Xbox fanboys, and I don't like the Xbox platform.
You know what's crazy? That actually makes sense. Rome, that actually makes sense, bro. Because it is different from someone that switched from Sony to Xbox. The platform itself, like the feel, is different. It's almost like PlayStation feels like you're in like part of a club, like an exclusive club. You know what PlayStation feels like? It's like Sam's Club. You know how you need a card to get in Sam's Club?
Yeah.
To shop there. That's what PlayStation feels like. And then Xbox, Microsoft, because it's on PC as well, kind of feels like it's a Walmart. But you know, some Walmarts have things that other Walmarts don't have. So that's why I got 360 games and y'all don't really got it like that. You know, so I guess I don't know if that analogy makes sense, but that's kind of how I feel. So I understand what he's talking about the platform.
Some Walmarts are like bougie as fuck.
Oh, what up, DJ Jackson? Yeah, they were capping hard. I'm capping hard. So I won this one, right?
Yeah, we'll give you the win.
Yeah,
what do you think? What do you think, Dak? Do you want to give him the win, or do you want to say something against it?
I guess you can have this one.
I like it. So let's move on. What's the last topic we're talking about tonight?
All right.
As I'm over here buying Diablo 2 Resurrected.
Okay. All right, Doc.
What's up?
All right. Next topic is misinformation the fault of the conveyor or the receiver? Sony and Microsoft lied. So I know why this came up. I want to talk about this part first. So
go ahead.
I know why this fucking came up. So on the podcast, I don't know which dude it was. I don't remember the specifics. I was really mainly just paying attention to Doc and his big brother, Porter Rock and Porter Pebbles. So
Porter Boulder.
So
go ahead.
Doc was mentioning how basically when PlayStation did their thing, they're like, hey, we believe in the next generation. So Doc was saying what he interpreted it as. But the other guy was like, whoa, that's not how I interpret it. It literally says, we believe in the next generation. This motherfucker is being too goddamn literal. That's how I saw it. It's like, bro,
oh yeah, you
were not even trying to like understand from your, because I understood you completely. I was like, yeah, I can see what you're saying. You can understand. You don't gotta agree, but come on, don't be fucking stupid about it. That's how I felt he was being too literal. I was like, bruh, come on, don't be too fucking literal. We believe in the next generation. Yeah, that sounds like they're saying we want to make fucking next generation games. That's what it sounds like. But the guy was being very literal about it. So that's why Doc, for this topic, said, is misinformation the fault of the conveyor or the receiver? So obviously the conveyor being PlayStation, us being the receivers, how we kind of interpret the information, and if they're doing it purposely to pretty much fuck with everybody, or if they actually meant something, right? Is that basically along the lines?
Yeah. Look, we only got 10 people in the chat right now, so 10 is good enough. We could all be honest, right? We could throw Microsoft in there as well. Especially, I see my boy DJ Jackson, because DJ Jackson, bro, this dude he loved the Xbox Series S. I don't know why he loved it, but he loved that damn thing. Or he always giving Microsoft an excuse when games are running better on the PS5, which we're not even going to talk about Oh my God, Digital Foundry's gonna kill me, man. I swear to God. Is the Need for Speed now that runs better on the PS5? This is ridiculous. But anyways, both these companies have either stretched the truth or have flat out lied. I'm gonna give a big shout out to my dude Rome, because when PlayStation came out with their pre-order, right? I remember, I don't know if me and Rome were talking on Twitter or we were talking on YouTube, but he admitted, he was like, no, Sony lied because they said that they were gonna give us a heads up when the pre-orders were gonna start, and they didn't. Rome just so happened to be able to order one. I remember that because I think Rome went live when he ordered it or whatever. But it was crazy because it was like they said something and they didn't do it. The other thing is, when Microsoft said we don't believe in generations, that made it clear that games were going to be able to be played on multiple platforms. And I made a video about how I thought that was dumb, right? But when PlayStation said we believe in generations, to me, you're literally trying to say the opposite. That's what I get, right? You're literally trying to say the opposite. So I can't. I didn't understand why on that podcast yesterday they didn't understand what I was trying to say when as to how it meant. But I get it. They're putting the blame on. They put the blame on me for trying to interpret something differently, and then they use the example of looking at patterns and all this other stuff. Which, if you saw what I said, when you look at patterns, if that's the case, then you need to believe that every PlayStation game is just a timed exclusive. If you want to look at patterns, which I said that being facetious, I don't believe that. I think PlayStation will keep some games exclusively to the actual platform, because if they don't, then what's the point of PlayStation? You know what I mean? But let's see what the chat thinks. What do you guys think? When a company talks and they're talking that pimp talk, that's how I like to say it, when they say things slick, is it our fault for believing what they... Because some things are black and white. Like, ain't nobody going to tell... Nobody told me the Xbox Series S was going to be running games at 900p. Nobody said that. I don't care who you are. Nobody said that. But it is. So is that my fault that I believed what the Xbox Series S was going to be able to do? Is it my fault that I believe that the Xbox Series X was more powerful than the PS5? Is that my fault, or did I receive it wrong, or did they say it?
I think I'm gonna have to go with it's our fault, because it only because if we already know, they basically kind of like talk out their ass, right? They're just fucking blowing smoke, and you're just like, you know what, I'm gonna wait to see what happens, right? Then yeah, like, you're good, because now you're just like, I ain't tripping about it. Whatever fucking happens, happens. You're not really gonna believe what they say until it happens. You're not gonna believe that they're gonna do this until they actually fucking do it. So if you get hyped for it, it's like getting overhyped for something. It's like, oh, this is gonna be amazing, and then when you finally get it in your hands, you're like, yo, this is fucking like Cyberpunk. Fucking motherfucker was hyped as hell. Look what happened. I enjoyed the game, but holy shit, it was still a fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
It was a big fucking mess. So it's the same thing with Sony and Microsoft when they're fucking shooting all this smoke out, and they're like, oh, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. I honestly, at this point, I'm just like, you know what? Whatever happens, it happens. It's the same for PC. Like, with the fucking new graphics cards and everything else they're saying that's gonna happen. I'm like, you know what? Until it's out there and people got it, I'm really not tripping. I'm really not like hyped about it. It's whatever. I'm looking forward to it because I hope it's gonna be good, but I'm not really like, oh my god, this is gonna be the next fucking big thing going on. This is gonna be amazing. Hey bro, hey this and that. Like, nah, I'm not doing that. You know, I'm just big chilling. Just, hey, we'll see what happens.
So you're saying it's the receiver's fault?
Yeah, I think it's our fault because, in a way, we should know better.
We should know better.
Yeah,
all right.
we should
What do you
know
think,
better.
Dakota?
So, I agree. We should know better, and we should be able to read between the lines sometimes. But at the same time, like, if they're not giving us the full story or all the information, then it's also their fault at the same time. So, going back to the PlayStation 5 pre-order thing, I know both me and ISO signed up with Sony to be able to get randomly chosen to be able to pre-order PS5. And I know I got chosen and he didn't. But I don't remember how I found out about that exactly. I think I may have Googled it or I saw a post on Facebook or social media about that. So that I feel like Sony could have probably pushed that out better and let people know, hey, um, if you want to be able to pre-order PS5 and you're already a PlayStation member, here's what you need to do to be put into basically this lottery. So I feel like that was their fault to not really get
Look,
that information out there.
this is crazy. This is crazy right now, man. So I guess this is good because if we all agreed on everything, I guess the podcast would be boring. But I disagree with both of y'all. I think I should be able, as a decent human being, to expect honesty. Why can I not expect honesty? Like, I get it. Like DJ Jackson said, what Jackson said, it's always the fault of the conveyor. And then he went ahead and said, fool me one time, shame on you. Fool me twice, can't put the blame on you. Like, nah, I should be able to trust you. I should be able to. So I'm always going to put the blame on the person that's stretching the truth or lying. So if I choose to believe that lie, okay, yeah, sure, whatever, but you're still lying, right? So now I'm at the point. That's why right now you guys can't be mad at me when I honestly don't know what the future of the Xbox Series S is, because I don't believe anyone, because they weren't clear with their message, right? So I'm taking that same logic, but I still feel like they lied. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I feel like they lied. They told me that the Xbox Series X is the most powerful console. Well, if you're looking how the PS5, again, another game came out, the PS5 is playing it better than the Xbox Series X. To me, that's a lie. Nobody told me I had to wait for tools. I keep getting people in my freaking in my videos that tell me, Doc, you gotta wait 4 months, you gotta wait 5 months. No, they already got my $500. Why do I gotta wait? What if I would have told Microsoft, yo, I'm gonna give you $500 for this Xbox Series X, and I only gave them $250, and I told them, no, you gotta wait for 3 months, and then I'm gonna give you the rest? They wouldn't be cool with that. So I don't think it's my fault. I think it is the conveyor's fault. I'm curious to see what the chat thinks. It's just me, though. That's just me. You want to read some of the chats, ISO?
Yeah, so after the one you just read, we got Xbox Series S is playing Outriders at 4K 60 FPS. Pay attention. And then Harold
shout out Emmanuel.
Harold said Phil almost caught y'all slacking when he tried putting gold double the price.
Bro, did he? He almost did.
Mike, but we called out Microsoft out not just set there, and they changed it the same day. Yeah, they did change it the same day. Harold
not
said,
only that, they gave us more.
Did they?
They did. So not only did they change it the same day, but now you don't got to pay to play the free online games.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yep.
And then Harold said, good, but don't tell me Phil don't lie or isn't trying to get more money out of you. And then Mike Johnson agreed with you.
Thank you, Mike.
Mike Hawk said, yo, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the podcast.
A lot of mics in this chat.
I know.
Facts.
And then we got Mike. PS5 had dev kits out 6 months earlier than Microsoft waited for the AMD to clear the RDNA 2, so that's why the PS5 is outperforming right now.
Yeah, but ain't nobody tell me about that RDNA 2, dog.
Yeah, I didn't even know about that.
That's all I'm saying.
And then Harold said, Doc, in a perfect world, you can trust companies.
Who said that?
Harold.
Damn, Harold, you gonna come with me? I see what he did there. I see what he did there. I just want to trust two companies. That's it, bro. Microsoft and Sony.
And then Emmanuel said, facts. Ponies just lie on their stomachs when PlayStation says no. No expandable SSD. No VIR. No 3D audio for sound systems. No auto HDR. I have no idea about that. Is that what's happening?
So right now, if you get an external hard drive for your PS5, you cannot put PS5 games on it. You can only put PS4 games on it.
Oh, okay.
That is so trash.
That one.
That is so trash.
I knew that was going on.
500 gigs SSD is nothing.
That's not a lot.
Yeah. I don't even have a 500 gig SSD in my computer. I have at least a terabyte.
I think I have a 500 for my operating system. That's about it. Yep.
I mean, if you only download 2 games, you'll be all right. Unless you guys are playing games the way Dakota plays them, where he gets bored, plays another one, he gets bored, plays another one. but I don't know.
All right,
I had to
so
get an external thing for my computer, so I understand that concept.
Even for my PS4, I swapped out the hard drive that came in the PS4, swapped it out for a bigger one, and still ended up getting an external for PS4. Thank you, Grand Theft Auto.
Damn, man, just delete games, bro.
Nah, I want to go back
Just-
and play those games.
You already-
Ain't that good?
we talked about this. We know how he is. Just leave him alone. Just
New
leave him
Game
alone.
Plus.
It's
Yeah.
okay.
New
It's
Game
okay.
Plus.
It's okay.
Hey,
Alright.
hey, Sony fans, he's the one messing up all your guys' trophies. He not
Damn.
completing. He not completing nothing. That boy takes 3 years to
Damn.
complete a game. That boy
I've
takes 3 years to complete a
Horizon
game.
3 times already.
Jeez.
Look at that.
All right, so we got
Damn.
Rich Boy. He said, "To be honest, I'm not gonna blame you, Dark Doc. I believe that Sony was going Sony was going to keep their word about exclusive being only on PlayStation 5, but they lied."
Ooh, go ahead, Rich boy. You see, he's not capping. There it is. There it is.
And then DJ
And all
Jackson.
and all these freaking Sony fans be freaking. Again, what I messed up on that podcast yesterday is I let them talk about the future because they talked about Ratchet and Clank coming out in June, and they were like, "We're gonna have 5 games by the time." You know what? We don't know if any of these games are gonna be delayed, so it's not here yet. Or we don't know if Jesus is coming back before June, so it doesn't matter. Right now, all they got is freaking Astrobot. They actually mentioned Destruction All Star. Like that's a cool exclusive to have. I couldn't believe it, bro. Destruction All Star is really Sony fans are proud of that.
Is that the one
So-
that's like Twisted Metal or something?
I don't know, man, but they. I don't know, bro. It's just
Currently, none of the PS5 exclusives are on PC. The exclusives for PS4 are going to PC.
I don't want to play Sackboy. You can leave that shit out of here.
thank you. Demon Souls is probably the dopest thing on the PS5,
Yeah.
so I
think,
give him that.
I think it would. If Dark Souls 3 came to PC, I think Demon Souls would end up coming for sure.
Here's the thing though. Here's the Sony fans might not want to admit it, but they're not exactly sure if Sony's not gonna do games day in and day out. Because if
Dark
they
Souls 3 is already on PC. Same with
'Cause
Dark
if-
Souls Remastered.
if they do that, bro, because then what are they gonna say? What are they gonna say? Actually, you know
Oh,
what? That's
thank you,
the
Manuel.
question. What do you say?
Godfall is a PS5 exclusive that's on PC and launch day 1. Didn't know that one. Thank you.
Oh, Demon Souls is confirmed going to PC. That's good. That's fucking dope.
Damn, you
Yes.
see that, man? Yo, where were y'all last night? I could have gave me ammo. Y'all
Right.
could have gave me mad ammo.
I mean, I kind of figured it was. If Dark Souls is on PC, I didn't see why Demon Souls wouldn't come.
Bro, that's crazy. I'm so happy right now. I'm gonna have some Captain Crunch after this podcast.
Oh my god,
That's so bad for you. Captain Crunch is so bad.
it's so delicious.
I do
though.
it. Hey, let me ask you guys this though. If Sony does do day one games on the PC, let's say they did. I'm not saying they go to, but let's say they did, then what console would be worth getting?
Are you asking
Or would
us
it-
or them?
No, I'm asking you guys. Or would it just be a moot point?
It still would be irrelevant to how I
Yeah.
feel about it. It would still be the same. Now I just would not get a PS5.
Dakota, so you telling me you really got a PS5 just for the exclusives, right?
For certain games. Ratchet and Clank, Horizon, Resident Evil.
Hey, Resident Evil, that's coming to PC.
I don't know. I haven't pre-ordered yet, so my decision isn't 100% of what system I want to get it on.
You know what I love about Dakota? I love his honesty, right? So listen, everyone in the chat, listen to what he said. I asked him, you got a PS5 to play exclusive, right? Every single game he mentioned is not even out yet. So Dakota, why you got a PS5 right now?
Oh, I've been over this. One, because I won that lottery for being able to pre-order.
Okay, honesty, I like that.
2, if I wait, say I didn't get the PS5 and I waited until these games came out, there's no guarantee that there's going to be any available.
What are you talking about? This PS5 is available right now.
What? Where?
Thoughts?
What do you mean? What do you mean? I'll go to Macari right now and buy a PS5 if I want to.
Okay, that's it. Yeah, it's
Can you
available.
not?
Easily.
Can you
yeah.
not?
No, you're
Can
not
you
wrong.
not?
You're not wrong. No,
I'm
you're
not.
not
Yeah,
wrong.
I know I'm not wrong. I know I'm not wrong.
Yeah, but
I
if you
know
want
I'm
to
not
play,
wrong.
if you want to pay into the scalpers, then yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if the exclusives mean that much to you, what's it cost paying an extra $100 or $200?
It's not an extra 100 to 200. It's more like 3 to
That's
4.
an extra. Yeah, it's like an extra 5.
Come on, it's math. Big math.
Extra 5 ain't no, bro. Don't buy a PS5 for $1,000. Don't do that. There's plenty of people selling for 700 and 800.
That's probably because it went down now.
Exactly. So you don't think that's gonna keep going down if you just waited for the games to come out?
I wasn't gonna pay that price to begin with, so it's still.
See where my logic is coming? You see where my logic is coming?
I was never gonna pay that amount.
So I made sure to get mine while there was supply, so I wouldn't have to pay the increase for the demand.
In Dakota's case, he won the lottery. He was able to buy it.
He won the lottery. Yeah, that's different.
He bought it. He bought it at the MSRP price of 500. He didn't have to pay the extra money. And I don't think if you did have to wait, if you didn't win, would you have paid the scalper's price, or would you have just waited and try to get the online ones when they released it? Hopefully getting past the bots and all that.
I probably would have waited if I wasn't able to get one, especially since the first game that's coming out is Resident Evil, and I can get that on PC. And then, yeah, I would have probably just waited because I didn't get a PS4 until probably a year after it. But again, I wasn't like a super big gamer at the time either.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's read some of the chats, yeah? Let's see where we at. Where did we leave off?
We left off.
I like this one. We're gonna start off with this one.
Okay.
DJ Jackson says Doc is spitting facts. I don't know if that's where we left off, but I like that comment right there.
We already fucking talked about that. God damn it, Doc.
My bad.
Demon Souls was announced for PC.
Oh no. Okay, we were after that, I think. Okay.
Yeah, that's the last one we read.
Is it worth getting the Elite controller, or should I wait for the third one? This is probably a question for you, Doc, because I don't know.
The Elite 2 is fire. I love that controller. I mean, if you don't need to, I would say wait. I don't even know if there's a third one coming. There probably is. The third one's probably gonna have all the features that the Sony controller have, like the haptic feedback and all that other stuff. That's probably what they're gonna do. So I would say wait, man. Every time they do something, typically is better. So the Series 2 is better than the Elite 1. So I would say wait unless you really, really need it. But this is hands down the best controller I've ever played with. It is, oh my god, it's amazing.
All right. Hopefully that helps. I think it should help. So we got Mike. Why don't ponies call out Sony but act like we didn't call out Microsoft on their BS? I'm pretty sure everyone did call out Microsoft on their BS. So
nope. There's still too many people defending the Xbox Series S and blaming the developers and blaming the developers for everything. Well, all the time.
That sucks.
Yeah.
And then Mike Hawk said Sackboy. That's why I said Sackboy. I don't want it on PC. There's no point. I wouldn't buy it. I'm pretty sure people would buy it. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. Sony. Sackboy. What a warrior.
What a warrior.
Sony gonna bring more games to PC when they see the extra money. Oh yeah. I don't doubt it. That's why they're probably trying it, and that's what they did with Horizon Zero Dawn and Death Stranding.
Yeah.
Godfall is a PS5 exclusive that's on PC and launched day one. It sucked. That game was terrible, though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, but that's a good point, though. So that means it's not an exclusive. Because if they're going to use the same energy for Microsoft, they need to use the same energy for Sony.
Was Godfall was it on Steam? Do you know, Dakota?
I can check right now.
See, I never paid attention to it. So, Demon Souls is confirmed going to PC. Nice try. Was it? Or I thought that was a typo, right? Wasn't that a typo? That's what.
That's what they said. Yeah. But who makes a typo like that, bro?
Yeah, no, they fucked up. They probably fucked up.
What company makes a typo like that? Like that's not.
That's a pretty bad typo. All right, let's move on.
You know what I'm saying? It's just straight lying.
Yeah. So
straight lying.
Digital edition is extra 200. PS5 is going for $750 with tax. And then we got DJ Jackson. Miles Morales was listed for PC in the PlayStation Store. Screenshots are still online, though. Oh, interesting.
Damn, for real?
I got lucky and got my Series X at Walmart on Black Friday. Nice, that's good. Are Sony games true exclusives since I can use PS Now on PC to play them. But PS Now, I don't know.
No. I understand his point.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right, Mike. And we spoke about that on that podcast yesterday, and I gave them that. They admitted that any game that's on PS Now is not a Sony exclusive anymore because you can't play it on PC. So that takes away Infamous, that takes away Uncharted. So the only ones that they got was like the God of War, the last one, which was on PS Now, but then they took it away. The Last of Us was on PS Now as well. They took it away. A Thief's End was on that, and they took it away as well. So
yeah, but it's PS Now though. That's the only thing.
Yeah, it's still trash, but you can still play it on PC.
Yeah. Mike, stop the cap. We all know you ain't using PS Now. I gotta somewhat agree. I don't think anyone uses it. I mean, if you do, awesome. I don't know why you would. Reminds me of Stadia.
Bro, it's trash, bro. I tried it. I had to cancel it. It's trash.
And these announcements.
I literally got it for one game, and then that was it.
I tried the free trial like a while back.
Yeah, I tried the free trial for one game, and that was Ratchet and Clank Into the Nexus, because I never played that one.
Then we got Harold saying, stop the cap. We all know you're using PS Now, which he just said he's not using it because it's garbage as fuck. Xbox Series S is fire. That's what
do you mean?
said.
Like it should be set on fire? I agree with you.
And then we got Rich Boy saying, the argument about Xbox not having games to stop as of right now, PlayStation has exclusive games, but it's also available on PS4, so they can really get upset when Microsoft did the same thing.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying.
Yeah. And then, like I said, Mike said PS Now is garbage. Harold said the PS Now is such a weak argument. Yeah, I have to agree.
Yeah,
it can't even stand on its own, basically. Nope. Emmanuel said, if it was ever on PS Now, it's no longer an exclusive, no matter if they take it off.
Technically, he's right, because that means if anybody got to play it, then they got to play it.
Yeah, so it just depends. If you had the opportunity, then you're good. But if you didn't, then it still seems like an exclusive to that person. So it's like a mixed one now at that point, because it depends if the person was actually able to get their hands on it.
Right. And now you're just being too literal. It's like, no, if it was on PS Now, it's not exclusive. Yeah, I agree.
And then I used the free trial and seeing Ghost of Tsushima on PS Now PC.
There you go.
It's
Ghost of Tsushima on PC.
That's dope.
That's crazy.
Ghost of Tsushima is amazing.
That's crazy. I don't know, man. I don't know. So I'm gonna go back to what I originally said. I don't think it's my fault. I think the responsibility has to go to the person that's conveying these lies.
And then I would say I'm part of the one where it is our fault, because we should fucking know better, and not everyone tells the truth. So people lie, companies lie. I felt like it's our job to know, hey, you're fucking lying. I'm not gonna believe shit till I see it, kind of thing. That's how I see it. Dakota?
I say it's both. It's the company's fault for lying, and it's our fault for believing the lies.
Yeah, I can't deny that. It is both. I would say it is both. But it sucks, because Doc is right, too. They shouldn't be fucking lying. They should be telling you what it is. You're not wrong.
There you go. Get mad, ISO. You're right.
They shouldn't
They keep doing this shit to us, man. Gamers are the most abused consumers ever.
But the fact of the matter is they keep doing it, so, we have to learn from it, which is why I say it's our fault, and be like, nah, I ain't believing shit till it happens. And when it doesn't happen...
Go ahead.
No, it's just, so when it doesn't happen, you're not mad. You're just like, yeah, you fucking lied, piece of shit.
But it's just so much deceitfulness, man. Do you realize that the PS5 controller is rated for 400 hours of gameplay?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah.
400 hours? That's it? I don't hear Sony fans talking trash about that. What's crazy is how quiet they got. When State of Play came out, the Sony energy was ridiculous. It was quiet. When freaking when the exclusive Days Gone came out and that statement was made that a slate of PC games were coming to PC, they were quiet. They were real quiet. So now they're acting like Destruction All Star is something to brag about. Listen, this is how you know Xbox is still in a good spot. They got Astrobot to brag about. That's what they're bragging about. They're bragging about Astrobot and future games. That's crazy. That's crazy to me that they're proud about bragging about Astrobot in future games. But
Oh shit! Halo Infinite screenshots was getting more attention than the state of trash.
Mike, that when Nintendo the next day dropped that Pokemon remake, that got more attention.
Oh yeah, it
Nintendo's
looked
a
cool.
beast though.
Nintendo is its own fucking thing.
Nintendo's a beast though, bro. They can't. No matter what they do, they don't care.
All right, let me see.
They don't care.
Let's go down the comments real quick.
Go
So, in conclusion, PlayStation has no games. Yeah.
No, but if you say that, you gotta say Microsoft has no games either.
Yeah. I feel like I just think the new systems are just lacking. I wouldn't say no games, but they're just lacking.
The consoles themselves have limited games. The developers and publishers have games that are cross and multi-platform. But the consoles themselves have very limited games.
Talking like a pimp again.
Yeah, you're pretty much there's no new games. You can play old games.
Yeah.
There is no new games. There is barely any new games for you to play. We're going to go with that. I think that's the easiest way of saying it. There is no new games for the next gen consoles. You can play old games from previous generations, but not much new.
I agree.
Which is why they should have been delayed.
Oh, here we go. We're not gonna do that tonight.
Shit.
We're already over an hour. We're not gonna do that tonight.
We're at an hour 15. That's not too bad. I mean,
just remember, Bethesda's getting sued for a lot of money right now.
Oh, why? Are they?
Yeah. One of the lawsuits is, I think they got several lawsuits actually going against them. One is for Fallout 4's all-inclusive season pass did not include everything.
Oh, I heard about that. Yeah, they fucked up. They fucked up.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. It's all-inclusive, but it doesn't got everything.
Yeah.
But isn't Sony being sued for their messed up controllers?
Are they?
I don't know.
They are.
See, I'm not really following like a lot of Xbox and PlayStation stuff. Really, the stuff I hear from Xbox is from your channel, Doc. That's what I hear about it. And
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and every now and then when I go and look at the news to see like if I should talk about some shit, on the channel, of course, then yeah, it just depends. But I don't really like the controller thing. I kind of saw it like
they're facing a class action lawsuit over alleged PS5 DualSense controller defect.
There it is.
Damn. Sucks to suck. Should have made a controller that only lasted fucking 400 hours.
That's crazy. Oh, but they love the haptic feedback. They love the microphone on it.
Why?
Oh, that microphone is revolutionary.
Just go ahead and blow on your controller.
I hate that microphone. Like the output is horrible.
It's revolutionary. They love it. They love it.
It's whatever.
I like the haptic feedback though. That is nice.
You need to stop. You need to stop capping.
Well, I think that's a cool concept that they added on, but
what? Still doesn't haptic feedback?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then it. Okay, maybe that's the reason it only lasts 400 hours though.
No, that's still not an excuse for it. I'm just saying that the added on feature of it is a cool concept. That's really it. Like it's cool that it changes with like how they use in fucking Cold War, I guess. The whole different like vibrations depending on the gun you use. It's a cool concept, but it doesn't justify anything.
You're right.
It still should. Yeah, you could like it, but it's only gonna last 400 hours. That's the fucking problem.
20 hours on it.
It's only gonna last 400 hours.
Yeah, it's only gonna last like actually what Doc said, 399 hours. As soon as it hits that 400, it's gonna fucking die.
It's done. It's done. Hey, I see you, Mike Johnson. He's asking when my merch is coming. Oh, it's coming. I'm already thinking about it.
Yeah. I was gonna bring that up.
Yeah, shirts with shirts that say there's levels on it. There's levels on this. Oh yeah.
And then you have to put a little
I gotta
pebble.
work on my merch too.
I'm not putting no damn pebble.
You gotta put a little pebble on it.
Yeah, little pebble on top of the turtle.
Oh shit. All right, let's see. Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo are getting sued for the drift situation. All of them are?
No. Listen, look at what Mike said.
Oh.
Microsoft acknowledged it and took care of that shit. So that's why I was able to get my Elite controller fixed, because they extended all the warranties automatically too. Like somebody told me about it and I went in and logged in and lo and behold, my stuff was already extended. and I was able to go get my stuff fixed.
Yeah, that's good.
Bro, they sent me a brand new one. Did you see the video I put up?
I might have missed that one.
Yeah, I just put up a video today because I got the package and I opened it.
Oh, that's
that's
your customer service one. Yeah, I didn't watch that one yet.
Bro, it's a brand. They sent me a brand new controller with all the parts and everything. I was like, damn, that's crazy. So yeah, it's dope.
That's good. That's
really
dope. Good.
Yeah.
See, I just have I have like a light blue Xbox controller I use for the PC.
Why don't you use a DualSense 4? Why use the Xbox instead?
Because I have to plug in the PlayStation one, but I have the Bluetooth for the Xbox one, so I just use that. I don't know. Sony and their controllers don't work well with PC, like naturally. Yeah. You have to plug it in.
Yep.
That and you also have to download. Some games you have to download extra software too.
You do gotta download extra software, yeah.
Well, no, I didn't do that. And I was using the PS4 controller for Valhalla for a little bit.
It depends. Certain games.
Yeah, certain games.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Some games won't recognize it. Steam is pretty good. So if you got the game through Steam, and you were probably straight.
Yeah.
But
well, no, it wasn't through Steam. It was through.
Who remembers the Steam controller? That piece of garbage.
No, I never played with that.
Well,
yeah, I got it. It was garbage.
Jeez.
Yeah, I never played with that.
People out here buying multiple PS5 $70 controllers when they break. Yeah, every 400 hours. That's gonna be used. That's gonna be you, Dakota. I'm like, hey, how long your controller lasts this time?
I'm gonna start timing anytime I use it and see how long it lasts.
You know what's crazy though? All my Xbox One controllers work on my Xbox Series X.
Oh, that's good. You should just buy Well, see, that's the good thing about Xbox though. They didn't fuck with their controllers. It's like why fix something that's broken?
They are pro gamer right now, bro. They're pro consumer right now. They are definitely pro consumer.
Like
and when these games start coming, oh boy, we'll see.
PlayStation. Oh, we got a new controller. It's nice too. It's nice for like 400 hours, and you basically use it for a fucking. You just put it up to make it look nice. Yeah, paperweight. You know. Oh shit. See the way it is with this specific podcast group, we have an Xbox fan, a very pro Xbox.
Who?
You.
Who's that?
You.
Oh, okay, yeah.
What the fuck?
Respect me. Call me Xbot. Xbot.
So we have Doc, who's a big Xbox fan. We have Dakota, who's kind of like very into neutral, like very neutral, as far as like what he likes to use. I would say.
Is he though?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, that's a neutral.
Yeah, he's kind of a neutral kind of guy.
Neutral, more towards PC, PS5, but.
There you go. I appreciate the honesty. There you go. He said it.
And I just believe you guys should get a computer.
I mean,
he has a computer.
No. I'm talking about like in general.
Everyone
people.
Else.
Yeah.
Don't nobody want to play like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, ISO.
Bruh, you get that 144 FPS though. It's worth it. Get a bad back, but get good gameplay.
Or you just spit straight and use good.
Hey, look what Emmanuel said.
Wait, where?
My new name. My new name.
Oh, Doc. Oh, Doc.
Hey, that's gonna go on the shirt. I like that.
Hey, you know when you say there's layers to this, you could just stack up PS5 controllers from Dakota,
hey, bro,
all the ones that break.
Hey, bro. I don't say there's layers to this. There's levels to this.
No, there's layers to this.
You just said it.
There's levels to this. Hey, you said put a whole bunch of broken PS5 controllers together?
Yeah. When you're doing your hand motion, just put controllers and stack them. So Dakota, you just have to send Doc all your fucking broken controllers, all right? It's not like they're gonna get fixed. Sony don't give a fuck. They're gonna tell you buy a new one.
For real, just send them to me. I'll put them all together. That's hilarious. Oh snap! All right, guys, you guys want to recap everything we spoke about? Final thoughts or something?
I don't think we have to do like final thoughts really, but so in this podcast we went over 3 topics. We had the do you finish games? Why? You know, everyone gave their opinion. We have does PC truly negate the need for an Xbox? We had to give the win to Doc because you know he's special. And then he gets very passionate. Okay, Doc never gets mad. He just gets very passionate when he's talking about things. So if it sounds like he's mad, he's actually really not mad. He's just very fucking passionate about it. I'm like, that's facts. That's like dead ass. That's what it is. He never gets mad. It's just passion.
That's facts.
And then we have.
Trust me, ISO knows me. He knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
And
fucking,
Dakota knows
it's
me.
fucking glorious sometimes. It's hilarious. And is misinformation the fault of the conveyor or the receiver? Sony and Microsoft lied. Doc didn't win because he's just not that smart. It's okay. It is what it is. You know, common sense is not so common anymore. It's facts, all right? So, that's I'm fucking with you, Doc.
You motherfucker.
Hey, remember, it's science.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
science,
science, you know.
Yeah.
Science. All right, but those were the topics. I think it was a pretty good podcast. We're gonna try, the way the topics typically work is kind of like what happens throughout the week. And just a reminder, we try to do this weekly. It's very dependent on all of our schedules, you know, so we try to make it work. We'll try to figure out maybe if there's a specific day, but it's kind of improving as we go kind of thing.
Yeah.
So we'll see ultimately.
Yeah, listen, follow us on Twitter, just so you know we'll tweet out when we're about to go live, and then for the most part, I'm gonna try to go live on my channel right before we go live as well. So I'll try to do that as well, just so you guys know. And then until we set up an actual schedule, like we said, we just gotta figure out what's gonna work best for us. You know, we're in 3 different places, and all of us do different things for money. You know.
Yep.
Some of us prostitute, some of us.
Damn it, Dakota. You motherfucker. You motherfuckers. But yeah, so I appreciate you guys coming by. We wanted to do the podcast more on Doc's channel, but he's not very technologically, you know, sane. So we just he don't know what the
you guys know you guys know my channels for short videos. I just get straight to the point.
You don't know what the hell he's doing. But we appreciate you guys coming by. Please check out Dakota23. He actually goes live on Twitch. He does have YouTube
right now,
which you need to upload more, by the way. And we all have Twitter. Doc, I think, retweeted everything. So if you guys do want to follow, go ahead. We appreciate it. Thank you guys for checking it out. We appreciate everything. And, you know, thank you, Doc, for being on the podcast. You too, Dakota. It's all a good time. You're all crazy. Man. Y'all got issues. But yeah, it was fun.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by.
If you got any topics you want us to talk about, leave them in the comments.
Yes, please leave it in the comments. That's what actually we look at, and then we just kind of go with, you know, current events. So,
yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
All right, you guys have a good one, and we'll catch you in the next one next week.
Good.
Oh, now we're good.